Hello, me again. I was carrying on with this block. This is really part two, but it's a recap of part two, because the disappointing thing is I did this the other day. I had about 17 minutes of video on this, and then when I went to load it onto the computer it had gone, so don't know where it went. Very disappointed, because it was quite a good session. So to summarise what I've done, I've obviously taken the block, and I don't know whether you can picture that from the first video that I did, but I've cut all of the excess material off, and I've machined the tops, the bottoms, the front and the back. Obviously this area here is where there was an existing thread into it, but if you look at the drawing, there's going to be a chamfer on there, and I can make this chamfer suit whatever I need to get rid of this. So it's not shown so steep on the drawing, but the reality is that I can actually play tunes with that and make it so that it's more than acceptable. I have actually had a little bit of a bozo moment, because I have machined it to 60mm, which is what I drew it as. What I haven't taken into consideration is that when I do the split here, there'll be a certain amount of material for the slitting saw, but then on top of that there'll be a certain element of machining just to clean the faces up. So it is gonna fall short of the 60mm, but probably I can get that, you know, I might be able to get it to 59mm, so it's not the end of the world, but it's a bit of a not really thinking about what I was doing. So next stage really, I think, is to drill it and tap it for the clamping bolts. I'll drill it clearance, tap it, and then counter bore it, and then I can set it up and split it. And then once I've got that done, I can either decide to bore it. I'm not quite sure whether to actually put it in the lathe and face it before I split it and bore it. Not sure yet. The idea was to mount it on a mandrel, and if I mount it on a mandrel I haven't got to worry about setting it up in a forge or and marking the machine surfaces, or you can put shims in. So yeah, that's it. That was the summary of part two. What I will do now is part three. I'll go through the drilling and tapping of the clamp bolts. So I'm going to call that it as a summary of events so far, and I'll catch you again. Thank you very much.